This video describes the main Mepworks interface. So we'll start off by looking at the first tab that you get, the News tab. What we can see here is a whole series of blogs that engineers produce a couple a week to give you advice. So it's always good to have a look at these, maybe some information that you might find useful. These all figure on the Cadline community website as well. Any other news such as updates to databases, anything that you need to know will be presented in this format and put in front of you this way. Next tab is the Projects tab. This takes us into the last projects that we've been engaged in. You will get a pictorial representation of a single room lighting or a wiring or a psychometric, so that these representations don't really reflect what's happening on your project. It's merely to say that it's a single room lighting, it's a wiring, or it's a psychometrics project. The floor plan does reflect, so you'll be able to recognize the floor plans you're working on. To simply open the project, you've got two choices. You can open it and go and find the pathing of that project, but the whole point of this recent project is to enable you to click on the tab, and that then loads the project and gives you all the project information. You can see a related documents section. Any documentation, whether it's downloaded manufacturer's information, whether it's printouts you've completed or JPEGs, screenshots or anything, if you drag and drop it from either your desktop or your Windows Explorer into this related documents section, this allows you quick access to any documentation that you might have collated. So if it's all over your machine in various locations, you can drag and drop to this point and it will pick up the documentation from wherever you've left it. If you move the documentation, then you'll lose the link. You have to drag and drop again. So we have the open project. We have project details. This gives you information on such information as where the file is kept, its location, where the DXF floor plans are kept. So it's quite a good housekeeping option, this, just to give you an idea of where all your databases are held. You may have customized databases and move them about. So it just tells you where everything is effectively. Obviously here we've got some self-explanatory buttons: save, save as, and close job. So this is the mechanical menu in the project. So the building program is where the building model is created, either by defining the rooms by hand or importing from dynamic simulation or importing from Revit or any other 3D package. Energy is where the numbers are run, heat gains and heat losses. Then you can go off and do your piping design, your ducting. Public health can be done as well, except you don't need to define the rooms within the building model. As long as you get the floor plans in there, you can do a public health project. Psychometrics is standalone, as is quick plan, where you can draw a DXF file up and use that on some smaller, more basic projects. DXF plot is your interface with AutoCAD, exporting, deciding on the services you want to export. The databases section is here for you to go in and edit all of our content. So we provide content out of the box. You can customize it, save it, roll it out, and use it to suit your own internal design requirements within your organization. The addition of the Energy Plus Weather is added here. You can actually do that within a project as well. The materials database is the single elements database of single elements used for the U-value calcs. The construction database, this is a new addition in 2025. It gives you the ability to go in and edit the composite constructions you would otherwise see as in tools elements in the building program. So it means you can open this up, make some changes, save it, and that means every project then will have changes to the composite constructions. It means you don't have to do it within a project. All of the minor programs remain largely unchanged. The U-value program can be calculated, so you can do or create a portfolio of constructions prior to starting a project. And of course, this can be done within the mechanical software, where you can send the composite element across to the list of the constructions database and use those as well. So really, the major change to the 2025 version is the addition on this menu of the constructions database. Back in 24, we introduced the Energy Plus Weather information. Electrically, the same principle. The building and the electrics and the lighting, relying on the floor plan, are now activated. So if I went into the lighting option here, it would take me into the floor plan based lighting program. Same with the databases. Again, each database discipline is separate. Again, you would close the project before entering the database, make any changes. And we have the minor programs here as well. If I then choose to close the project, the icons will display a different functionality. For example, if I go back to mechanical, these are now grayed out, which means we can't do anything that's not floor plan based, apart from psychometrics as a standalone program, and of course the quick plan program. So when you purchase the software and come into it straight away and go to mechanical, don't think you haven't purchased these options. It's because you either haven't started a file or opened up one of our standard test projects. So again, going into a project option, you have a whole series of example projects that you can peruse prior to starting projects on here as well.
If you want to start managing your projects, you can very easily do this on the Recent Projects Manager. Once you've completed your projects, all you need to do is select the project, right button click, and you can remove the project from the Recent Projects listing. Removing it doesn't actually remove or delete the project, it merely removes the quick link to the directory that the project resides in. So right button click, remove from list, or you can actually open the project up again as you would normally. And that then takes you back to your, or updates your project, Recent Projects editing tool.
We have various utilities available. Deleting projects, for example. One you might find handy is the Mepworks defaults, where you can set up the entries in every dialog box you get in every program, such as default databases. You can go into here on a program by program basis, edit the information you wish to change, and then on every new project you start, you will get your default values. So you're effectively customizing the software to suit your own parameters, your own design parameters. And of course, you would save this once you finish with it. Another function you might find handy is the backup project, or backup job as it says here. Most projects consist of a myriad of files, databases spread all over your machine. Floor plans might be on OneDrive, databases may be in another location. This effectively collates all of the constituent parts of the file, keeps their directory pathings, and allows you to zip them up. So if you want to send the project to somebody or email it to somebody or put it onto another machine, you have all the constituent files and databases required to run the project. We also have our Partner Programs tab. We have the Dane Lightning Protection, and we have SciSpace, soon to be rebranded MEP Links. So that'll be rebranded. We also have our help menus, where you've got help videos, you've got various PDF files, mechanically and electrically. These are the course handouts that you get when you attend our courses, mechanically, electrically, and if you attend one of our BIM courses. Well worth a read. There's a lot of valuable information in there, so they're well worth having a read. So that's really the main interface on MEP Works and how it all hangs together.